Hi, this is Andy from Plastic Factory, and I wanted to take a minute to introduce something that I think is pretty exciting, and that is Grainsmith, formerly known as Grainulator, Grainsmith Field, which is Grainsmith for iOS, both iPhone and iPad. And this is taking the core engine that is in the desktop version of Grainsmith, which it's a fairly complex instrument, and adapting it to take advantage of all of the performance sort of potential of the iPad and iPhone. If you're on an iPhone, it will look a lot like this, where initially you have the waveform display, and then the core granular parameters, size of grain, the density or the number of grains, the speed with which it plays, jitter, the randomness of kind of where those grains spawn, and spread, the randomness across the stereo field where the grains spawn. And let's take a listen. All of the goodness of granular synthesis right here. We also have the morph control, which is a macro control that controls about 7 or 8 different parameters at once. Allows you to get some very pretty places quickly. We also have now these rockers on the bottom left and right that are designed to easily scrub, perhaps while you're adjusting other parameters. And if we move over to the next page, or since we're on an iPad, we can see them all at once. We also have these XY controls, and these allow pretty expressive control of 2 parameters at once. Here we have grain and size, density and size, jitter and spread to kind of control some of the randomness at once. Pitch probability, so the probability that this will play either plus or minus an octave, or reverse probability. And then everybody's favorite, cutoff and resonance. You can also control the shape of the envelope for the grains, from a very soft envelope to a much sharper one. Maybe we'll let that play along in the background. So I think the fun of this is also recording, whether that is through the built-in mic or other instruments. Here I have a piano sample going. hop over here. Let's have this control. We've also introduced a couple of new record modes. So in addition to the one-shot mode, there's also live, where you're continuously refilling the buffer, or loop, which introduces, you can kind of set the loop length and introduces the concept of feedback, so as it's writing over the previous buffer, that degrades over time. Take a listen to what that sounds like. And of course can automate pretty much everything, all the parameters that are available in the app itself. So that is a quick look at Grainsmith Field, and we're just about ready to get started with a test flight beta, and excited to hear what you all think and ideas you have and feedback you have. All right. Thank you so much.